How is it that a nation can go from being honored, respected, held in esteem, functioning well in its society, to becoming a byword, disrespected, looked down upon, and laughed at? Hi, this is Barry Phillips of 10-Minute Torah, day 5 of Tavo when you come in. And we're going to build off of what we shared yesterday, going back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, today going to verse 15. And it says, "And it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim," listening, you do not listen, "to guard to do all of his commands and his laws, which I command you today, then all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you." So let's talk then about what a curse is, how it operates. It's not as though Yah says, my left hand is full of cursing, my right hand is full of blessing, and today I'm just kind of looking around seeing who gets what. Oh, you messed up. You really made a bad choice. I don't like the way you were thinking. Pow, I'm going to hit you with some curses. That's not the way it works. And it's not as though Hasatan can inspire someone to stir a cauldron pot or imagine some incantation and conjure up a curse and hurl it at you. Well, where do curses come from and how is it that they function? Yah has already determined the boundaries of darkness and death. And where there is darkness, therein is where the prince of darkness can traffic. He has set boundaries around actions or inactions of disobedience to his word. And where that domain is, there is a curse decreed already upon it. And so when we enter in the door of that dark area, you can anticipate that a curse of some sort might manifest. And so it's not like, someone's going to hurl something at you and make your nose grow 2 times its size or your fingers will fall off or something. That's Hollywood. We're talking about what Yah says, that he has cursed certain things. And when we go there, there is the curse. In particular, if we were to summarize these following verses, it begins nationally with agricultural disaster. That is, that there is a challenge or even a shortage, a severe shortage perhaps, to the food supply. If people are eating and well fed, people generally are happy. But when you challenge what's on the table, that's when you're going to have societal upset. And so either because of drought, or the hardening of soil because of natural disasters like floods or fire, because of mismanagement, or in our day, the creating of toxicity in the food supply, causing meatless meat and those kinds of things. You can play with it to your own detriment. And so it starts out agriculturally. Then there is the second stage, which is defeat before your adversaries, that those that used to respect you, honor you, fear you, have a healthy respect for your military capabilities. They now laugh at you, invade your borders, throw gestures at you, and dare you to do anything about it because the honor and the respect is gone. We've seen that in this nation. Then there's the inflammation, that is bodily problems, where the body begins to be sick, disease becomes rampant, and people are dying early or suffering long term. That's not uncommon. Then we come to the stage of madness and blindness, where people are exasperated, they're at their wits' end, they're destitute, they're desperate, they're fervently clinging to anything that makes sense, they're hoping for the best at any opportunity, but not really expecting much. And it's driving them crazy, perhaps also because of the medications then that are dealt out to try to handle the problem and give them medicine to encourage and dumb down the feelings. We're already there. Then there is constantly abused and robbed. We're already there. Where abuse is rampant in our societies, where people are afraid to walk the streets, where people are overwhelmed and fear their lives, hiding, retreating from society. And then we talk about severe oppression. And oppression is this huge banner word of all of this stuff is just layered upon us. And then it goes into furthering of all of the same. And we think, well, but we're a blessed people. We are affluent. We have ease. We have comfort. The good can mask the bad. And we not really understand how oppressed a people that we have become. And so a people becomes desperate even when there's an availability of whatever they think is necessary. How does this happen? Well, it says here that these things come upon those who reject the Torah. Those who listening, they do not listen to his word. And that's a choice. And then among even those that say that they believe in the Father, they seek to honor and obey the word, out of their own mouth, considering the Torah, they will make such statements as these. Excuse me, I got some in my eye. Torah is bondage. How often have you heard that? Torah was only for the Jews. I've heard that one. The Jews were trying to be saved by keeping the Torah. I've heard that one. The Torah was given to the Jews to curse them. Really. The Torah was abolished. It's been done away with. We've all heard that one. The Bible says that one day the Torah will be annulled. I've not found that verse. We only need to obey the spirit of the Torah. The letter of the Torah will one day be done away with. Here's one for you. The Torah brought death to those who obeyed it. That's just a flat out contradiction of Scripture. We would one day be free from, dead to, and delivered from the Torah as a standard of right behavior. Well, what are you going to replace it with? Obeying the Torah is legalism. And then finally, Messiah will one day fulfill the Torah, therefore it will not be necessary to obey it. Any Messiah who comes and does away with the Torah is a false Messiah. But we go over to verse 47. Why did these things come upon them? It says, because you did not serve Yahweh, your Elohim, with joy and gladness of heart for all the plenty. You shall serve your enemies whom Yahweh sends against you in hunger and thirst and nakedness and in need of all. And he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck until he's destroyed you. Why? You forgot the joy of the Torah. The Torah is joyful. It is life. It is light. It's exciting. It's life-giving. Let's find it and step into it. Shabbat shalom to you after all of that. May the King be kind to you, sit with you, refresh you, encourage you. May you do so with one another and find the delight and the joy of studying His Word and being together. Until next week, Shabbat Shalom.